How's it going, everyone? It's Andy. It's Tuesday, the final Tuesday of the NHL regular season, which means a couple of things. Number one, obviously, the playoffs start next week. Number two, we're still going to try to make 21 times our money over at No House Advantage as we take part in the Verse the House contest. That's what the Verse the House contest is. You pick 5 player props correct, you make 21 times your money. No House Advantage, it's fantasy and player props in a simple, easy-to-use platform. It's going to show you a picture of a player, David Pastrnak, over under 4.5 shots. You get that right, you get 4 more right, that's 21 times your money. One of the best reasons to come over to No House Advantage. It offers the highest payouts on 4-player and 5-player parlays, and as we all know, I've mentioned it before, we know that's what you're doing. You're not a 2 or a 3, you're a 4 or a 5, and if you are, you should be over at No House Advantage, because not only that, they're going to match your first deposit up to $100, so you put in 100, get 100, as long as you use the link in the description of this video. So looking at these games here on a Tuesday, if you watched my other video here on Odd Shopper, and subscribe to Odd Shopper for all your latest needs, but you know that I like the Carolina Hurricanes because this is kind of a must-win for them. The Devils are 1 point behind them. They're now in jeopardy of losing their division lead during the final week of the season when they had such a nice padding. But since this Svechnikov injury, they've been losing quite a lot of games. But if there's a game that's going to provide the opportunity for a get-right situation, is going to be home against Detroit, who just gave up 6 last night, gave up 5 the game before that to Detroit. In Carolina, this is a game where they can potentially break out, which is why I'm going to take the over half of a point for both Seth Jarvis and Teuvo Teravainen, both of them. And if they can't score in these games, they can't get 3-4 in this one, they are in serious trouble come playoffs. Now, I personally think they're in trouble come playoffs, but guess what? That's not what Verse the House is about. We just need these player props on these nights, and that's what I got for you here on this Tuesday for that game. Give me the over half on Teravainen, over the half on Seth Jarvis, and now let's snake over to another game. You know, when you're playing these games late in the season and it's 2 teams who are miles out of it, there are these wacky games, 5-4, 4-3, and we got Columbus playing Philadelphia tonight. You've seen Columbus engage in multiple high-scoring games over the last 2 weeks. I don't see any reason why they should be any different. And a little power play elevation that was brought to my attention earlier today. We got Farabee on the Flyers being elevated to the top power play. Considering how awful the penalty kill has been for Columbus, he'll be a nice snaky play, a sneaky play to register over half a point. So give me over half of a point for Farabee on the Philadelphia Flyers. I was between him and Hayes, but I actually going to prefer Farabee in this one. And then lastly, assuming he plays because he was rested last night, but my guess was they didn't want to send him to Chicago, come back, play 2 games in 2 nights. They left him in Minnesota. I think they're going to be playing tonight. They still have something to play for, believe it or not. I'm going to take the over 3.5 shots on goal for Kirill the Thrill Kaprizov. You know, he came back from that injury. My guess is he's going to want to pot one before they go to the playoffs to get that shooting confidence back. I mean, he's never been hesitant to shoot before, and you know, with him and Zuccarello resting last night, along with a couple other players, I think he'll have a good amount of energy to, you know, muster up a good amount of chances tonight, whether they come on the power play, even strength, doesn't matter. I do think he's going to go over 3.5 shots on goal. And those are the picks that I got for you here as we take on the house. Remember, you don't have to only do NHL picks. You could do 2 from this video, pick 2 from another video, 1 from your, you can mix and match. As long as you get 5 right in Verse the House, you get 21 times your money. And always remember to go over to Stokastic.com. They offer free projections and optimal lineups for different No House Advantage contests, especially during the NFL season. They got tons of free stuff. So make sure that you check those out over there. I will be back with you on Thursday as we do this once again for the final time during the regular season. Good luck to you. Better luck to me. I will see you then.